After spending a 6-day vacation in Cabo San Lucas for the first time, I'm excited to share my personal list of the best things to do in Cabo, ranked from number 10 all the way to number 1. Whenever I travel somewhere new, I try my best to experience as much of the place as possible, and I left Cabo feeling like I had accomplished that goal. From stunning beaches to incredible food, from relaxing experiences to fun outdoor activities, this list will cover everything you'll want to experience in Cabo, with some honorable mentions as well. So whether you're in the planning stage of your trip or just want some simple travel inspiration, this video is for you. So sit back and relax. This is my top 10 list of the best things to do in Cabo. Number 10. Explore the marina. There's no better place to begin this list than with the heart of Cabo San Lucas, the marina. Lined with restaurants, bars, and local artisan shops, and being the place of departure for many adventure tours, the marina is the central location of all the action. I recommend taking a stroll along the 1.5-mile waterfront boardwalk to view the hundreds of boats that are docked and to simply take in the sights. The marina is where we had an amazing dinner at Captain Tony's. We listened to live music as I enjoyed my dish served in a molcajete with grilled meats, vegetables, and panela cheese. We also had a delicious breakfast at Solomon's Landing with great views of the marina from our table. From the marina, you can also take a short walk to the downtown area to do some souvenir shopping. I personally collect a magnet from each place I travel to, and I was excited to add Cabo San Lucas to the collection. And for those who are seeking some nightlife, the marina is nearby to several venues such as El Squid Row or the Mandala Club. Once upon a time, I used to go clubbing a lot, but I'm not really into that scene anymore, so if anyone has any other recommendations or want to share their experiences, please comment below. Number 9. Witness the Cabo Arch. From the marina, you can take a boat to view the most famous landmark of Cabo San Lucas, El Arco, aka the Cabo Arch, which is the southernmost tip of the Baja Peninsula. Viewing the arch is only accessible by boat, and there are several ways to arrange the experience. You can book on a website like Vider.com, where there are a variety of experiences such as a sunset cruise, a full glass bottom kayak tour, snorkeling tours, etc. We did the cheapest option, where we simply arranged a water taxi directly at the marina the day of, costing us only $15 total. While the Cabo Arch is very touristy, it is entirely worth it because it is absolutely stunning. Also, can you really say you've gone to Cabo if you didn't see the arch? Many say this is the number 1 activity to do in Cabo, which is also backed up by TripAdvisor. And while it is a must-do activity, there are many other things to do, hence it is only number 9 on my list. If you want more information on how to visit the arch, then lucky for you, I made a video covering everything you need to know about it. I'll leave a link in the upper corner and the description box for your convenience. Number 8. Relax at Lovers and Divorce Beach. On the same Cabo Arch tour, you can ask your guide or water taxi driver to drop you off at Lovers and Divorce Beach, which are interconnected to each other. We stayed for about an hour, took out our beach towels, and lounged in what felt like paradise. Lovers Beach is named for its calm, tranquil waters on the Sea of Cortez side, while Divorce Beach is named for its harsh, rough waters on the Pacific Ocean side. After relaxing, you can walk along Divorce Beach, which I feel is the most romantic beach in Cabo due to its seclusion, since you need to take a boat to get there. This is not, however, my favorite beach in Cabo. There's 2 more I like even better, so stay tuned for those. Number 7. Take an ATV tour in the Medano Desert and Beach. We booked an ATV tour with Real Baja Tours, and we had an absolute blast. When I travel, I like to try new experiences and push my own comfort zone, and I had never ridden an ATV before, so that's the reason why I chose this as our quote-unquote adventurous activity for the trip. Despite some initial nerves, I had an incredible time. The Medano Desert is about 30 minutes north of Cabo, and you'll get to appreciate the natural beauty of Baja California Sur much more than if you stay cooped up at your resort in the city center. What I enjoyed the most about this experience was the diverse landscape during the route, going from the vast beach, being among the cacti-filled desert to crossing a handful of river streams. Our guide Jose went above and beyond and had us drive some routes that were not included in our selected package at no additional charge. We also ended the trip with an included tequila tasting. I feel like you need to do at least one excursion while in Cabo, and I highly recommend this ATV tour. I'll leave the link in the description below, and this is not sponsored, by the way. I'm just a very satisfied customer. The beauty of travel is you get to choose your own adventure. So if you prefer something else like parasailing, ziplining, scuba diving, deep sea fishing, then simply do that. Cabo has something for everyone. Number 6. View the sunset at Playa Huajulia or Playa Pedregal. Playa Huajulia and Playa Pedregal are both located on the south side of Cabo. We got to witness the sunset multiple times, and we were fortunate to enjoy it with perfect weather. I believe they are the best places to watch the sunset since they are angled in a way where you can see the sunset on the ocean's horizon. The only problem is that these beaches are blocked by multiple beachfront resorts, so you'd either have to be staying in one of them already, or you'd have to walk into the resort to access the beach. Number 5. Eat dinner at El Peregrino. After doing a lot of research on the best restaurants in Cabo, I chose El Peregrino, a seafood and steakhouse. With a 4.8 star rating and 531 reviews on Yelp as of the filming of this video, we just had to try it for ourselves, and I'm happy to report it did not disappoint. Because Cabo is well known for its fresh seafood, I ordered the sea bass fillet with mushroom risotto, and it was the best plate of food I had during the entire trip. Everything on the menu looked amazing. We ended up ordering a Caesar salad, a chicken roulade, some mango margaritas, and finished off with a churro dessert. It's on the more expensive side, but I wouldn't classify it as fine dining, and we wanted to do at least one fancy-ish dinner on our trip, and this was that. There are so many great restaurants in Cabo, we couldn't possibly try them all during our 6-day vacation, so please leave a comment to share your favorite places, maybe some more local authentic spots if you know any. I'd love to try different places when we come back one day. Number 4. Visit Medano Beach. If I had to envision Cabo in my head, I would think of Medano Beach. This is the most iconic premier beach in all of Cabo San Lucas, with its view of Land's End in the distance. When I think of Cabo, I think of Medano Beach. There are loads of things you can do, from relaxing to renting jet skis to simply walking along the beach. Of note, this is one of the only beaches in Cabo where you can actually swim, so it's definitely a plus, especially if you stay in a resort here. We had the privilege of staying directly on the beach at our hotel, and the view was even better than I anticipated. I loved this beach so much that I actually made a full video on it where I share my tips on how to visit, so you can check out my video that I will link in the corner above and the description for your convenience. Number 3. Take a day trip to Balandra Beach. Balandra Beach is consistently rated as the most beautiful beach in Mexico and one of the most beautiful beaches in the entire world. I knew I could not pass up the opportunity to visit it. Now, I have to admit it is not in the Los Cabos area, but it is a day trip you can take from Cabo, so I'm still putting it on this list. Regardless, taking the day trip is absolutely worth it. At Balandra, we sea kayaked to multiple bays, we hiked to a secluded beach, and I witnessed the clearest water I have ever seen in my life. I made a complete guide going over transportation, visiting hours, what activities you can do there, and so much more, so check out my video on it at your convenience in the corner above or the description below. I honestly would have put Balandra Beach at the very top of this list, but because it's technically not in Cabo San Lucas, I've dropped it down to number 3. Number 2, stay at an all-inclusive resort. Sure, this is not an activity per se, but please hear me out before you skip this entry. I can tell you in full confidence that our trip to Cabo would not have been the same had we not stayed at an all-inclusive resort. This was our first time staying at a resort like this, and it was a game changer. If you want a vacation, nothing will create that feeling more than a beachfront all-inclusive resort with unlimited food, drinks, and amenities. We ordered as much food as we want from multiple restaurants, including a sushi restaurant, drank as much poolside strawberry daiquiris and pina coladas, and just had the best freaking time. We stayed at the Pueblo Bonito Blanco, and 2 of the deciding factors for choosing that hotel was 1, I am a foodie and I heard they had great food, and 2, you have access to 2 of their other resorts, including their restaurants and pools, which we definitely checked out. In a future video, I'm going to go over the entire cost of my trip, including the price of the hotels, and I think the cost may surprise you, so make sure to subscribe to not miss out on that. Before I get to the number 1 thing to do in Cabo, I want to highlight some honorable mentions. These are activities or places that we didn't get to experience due to time constraints, but would love to come back to Cabo to experience them. The first is taking a day trip to San Jose del Cabo. We were originally going to visit San Jose del Cabo on our last day on the way to the airport, but logistically it just didn't make sense. Some of the things you could do in the city are exploring the Art Walk, which takes place on Thursday evenings from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m., eating a lunch or dinner at a farm-to-table restaurant like Flora Farms, Tamarindos, or Acre, and thirdly, explore the city center at Plaza Mijares. The second honorable mention is taking a day trip to Todos Santos. It's a more sleepy town just an hour north of Cabo, which has its own beaches and hotels to take advantage of. And the last honorable mention is doing a whale watching tour. Whale watching season is mid-December to mid-March. During this time, whales are migrating back to their home in Mexico from Alaska, and Cabo, being the tip of the Baja Peninsula, makes it geographically a place where there is a large concentration of whales. But back to the list. Now time for the top thing I did during the entire Cabo vacation. Number 1, hike to the top of Mount Solmar. Mount Solmar is located near the tip of the Baja Peninsula, and you can hike to the very top for unobstructed views of Cabo San Lucas. It is hands down the best view in the entire city. You can see the marina, the Pacific Ocean, Land's End, the Sea of Cortez. You can see it all. It's also a unique experience in that you hike with dogs from a local dog training and daycare center led by a guide. The reason it's number 1 on my list is because my favorite thing to do when traveling is to find the most beautiful destinations, and Mount Solmar was exactly that. As you may have guessed, I made a video on how to do the hike, from what to bring, where to go, what to expect. It's actually my favorite video I've made so far during my Cabo San Lucas travel guide series, so feel free to check it out. If you've made it this far, I'm assuming you found this video helpful, so please give this video a like and also subscribe to help my growing channel. I just started my YouTube journey on January 1st of 2024, and I have so much more in store for you guys. My next video will be a detailed day-by-day itinerary of my entire 6-day trip to Cabo, where I will reveal lots of tips, planning advice, and the cost breakdown of the entire trip. While you wait for those, you can check out my Cabo San Lucas playlist here for more help on your Cabo travels. As always, happy travel planning, and see you in the next adventure.